everybody, it's Deckstream here, and today we're here to talk about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, the game is, I don't know when it's coming out, but we do know that the very next day, I'm going to be reacting to a gameplay trailer based on the game. So there are a couple things that I wanted to talk about, mainly based on the gameplay that's going to be happening tomorrow and what I'm expecting to be seeing. So the first thing, I got a list. The first thing I really want to see is for them to keep the clashing based on Tenkaichi. Now, in Tenkaichi, when you evade, just like in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, you evade multiple times, but at a certain number of times, you start to do a different clash where you see like nice Dragon Ball explosions flying around, and you're just going to be pressing a random button that shows on the screen. You tie, you clash, and you reset. I kind of want to see that based off the Tenkaichi series, because the Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 series, as you can see in the tournament, every single time you evade, you're just wasting ki until you lose ki, and then that's usually when that person loses. But like, you're just constantly evade over and over again until you lose ki. And I'm sorry, that's like some boring gameplay. At a certain number of times, you should be able to clash and press buttons just like in Tenkaichi. That's the first thing I really want. Number two, I really want them to keep the charging method. Now, the charging method in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 is pretty simplified. There's two bars, one bar. You can do a super, and it's different. It's kind of different from Tenkaichi, because in Tenkaichi you can do supers, but now when in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, when you do ultimates, all you have to do is charge the bar twice again, all the way up, and then all the way up again. In Tenkaichi 3, what you would have to do is you have to wait a certain number of times until you can use your ultimate. And not every character uses that dang broken move from Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. And if you guys know, you know. It's damn explosive wave. That joint is broken. I hate the fact that that's in the game, because you can pretty much in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, you can charge one bar to use explosive wave. Now, charging in that game is fast depending on which character you use. So if you're using Broly or any other character that has explosive wave without an animation. Now I'm saying without an animation, because some characters do have explosive wave, like super explosive wave. Well, it'll show an animation. When it shows an animation, it gives you time to dodge. The freaking explosive wave that Broly has and certain other characters, it's instantaneous. You just take a bunch of super damage, and it's instantaneous, like no animation, it just happens, and you just take damage. Like, you just really, and it's far reaching. Like, you don't understand how much I hate that move in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. So I hope they keep the charging and ki method from the Tenkaichi series, because that kind of limited what type of supers you could use, and it kind of limited explosive wave as an evasive move instead of like a high damaging move, especially since all evasive ki explosion wave moves, it took time, so that's one of them. Please. Next, I want them to keep the high and low block from Tenkaichi 3, because that kind of like built in like a little bit better of a counter to like low and high kicks, where they go into an animation and just do a bunch of like attacks when you follow up. Because in Raging Blast 2, and I think even Raging Blast, you can do a high or low kick, and there's really no repercussions because you can't block it. You can only counter those moves. In Tenkaichi 3, you can actually low block and high block it, and it'll send the enemy into, or whatever. You can perfect block it and send whatever the opponent you're facing into a stun. So I think that's good. Yeah, keep the counter, please. The counter is nice, but I do think they should remove the weave, the automatic weave that in Tenkaichi 3 has. I think they should add the Raging Blast 2 weave, because that's just you blocking and pressing a button to weave attacks, and it shows better timing on the player when it comes to defense. So I think they should keep that. So the next thing on my list is, please, for the love, focus on the voice lines. Please focus on story mode, please, because in Raging Blast 2, like Tenkaichi 3 has some pretty good voice lines, but it's not the same as Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. But Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, like the voice lines, like they're not good. Like they're not good. Like I love the in-game voice lines. I think they should keep that in and put that in the Dragon Ball Raging Blast. I'm sorry, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I think they should keep that. But I feel like the voice lines and the in-game voice lines, they could keep it, but they need to make sure that it's polished. Like, keep the voice lines polished, please. Like, I don't want to hear Gohan keep talking about dang Piccolo when he's facing Goku and Yamcha and them, bro. Like, give him a line that says "Let's go," or "Go, okay, I'm ready," or something like that, please. I want the voice lines to be signified by how Dragon Ball really is. But yeah, that's one thing that is really big. I put a star on that. 7, I said long range dash super attacks. Now in Tenkaichi 3, the dash super attacks are long range, where you can push a player back and you can follow after. Now in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, they don't have that. It's just a short range attack, so when you stun them or trip them or do a heavy attack, because you can't, not full heavy attack, I'll say like a light heavy attack, because like you can push them back like small, like a small percentage, and like make them go down. You can follow up with a dash attack, but it's not long range, so when you do a snap vanish or something like that, it's not gonna chase after. So I think they should put that in the game and keep that in the game. And then I had an interesting thought. This is the next thing. I had an interesting thought. I was thinking that if you have enough ki, or if you're going to keep the key method from Tenkaichi 3, they should add a mechanic where if you say you're a player and you get pushed back, right? And so another player uses like Kamehameha or a dash attack, right? When they do that, I think you should be able to do a counter super. So what's that mean? So in Raging Blast 2 and in Tenkaichi 3, right, you get pushed back, right? In Raging Blast 2, you can do a beautiful roll. And what does that mean? Or what they call it, a beautiful roll or roll. It's the same thing. What that means is when you're pressing buttons and you're about to land on the ground, you know, you stop yourself from taking further damage from taking impact on the ground. And then you can dash forward after that instantaneously and go behind them or move and attack them with a super dash. So I'm thinking that you should be able to, when you have enough bars for it, you can do a counter super. So like say they do a snap vanish and Goku does a snap vanish on Vegeta and he does a Kamehameha. I think you should be able to use whatever bar method that they have for the game in order to do a instantaneous roll into your long range attack, because I think they're going to set it up where each character will have a long range attack. But that goes to my next thing. But first, let's talk about this. When Goku does a Kamehameha, you get pushed back instantaneously. You can stop yourself. The character stops yourself using ki, and then you can use your Gallic gun, right? Your long range attack. And what does that do? That makes an instantaneous clash. So I think that would be cool, because a lot of the games, like, clashing is like mutual. Like, you have to have your friends sitting there and have a mutual thing, like, hey, we're gonna clash, you wanna clash? Or be like, yeah. So yeah, that's one of the things I think they should add, because the clashing and stuff, I think it's fine, because you know I think Raging Blast, you press a button and so I don't. It depends on which clash in Tenkaichi 3, I think, right? Because in Tenkaichi 3, I don't think you need the control stick every single time. So that's one thing that's unique in Tekken 3. Because in Raging Blast, you just move your controller stick and break your controller stick. So yeah, I think they should add that. I think that would be a cool feature. Now, if you have that feature, if you're actually going through Tenkaichi 3, this is what I was talking about beforehand when I said I was gonna say it later. But I actually think they should have a lot more customizations when it comes to supers. Like, have each character have like a certain super that you can unlock in game when you're doing certain things. Like, give players challenges to unlock supers, like in Raging Blast 2. And I don't know if Tenkaichi 3 allows you to do that. I played the game, but I played the story mode. I don't think I ever like added like red pataras and stuff onto characters. I've never done that. But I think you should be able to unlock supers for certain characters in order to, you know, just add more flair to your character or something like that. If you like the super and you wanted to see it that was based off the anime, then yeah, I think they should add that. But the one thing I also think they should add is ultimate supers. I think ultimate customization supers, I think, would be really nice. Like, each character has at least, just give them like 2 or 3 ultimate supers, like just random ultimate supers that people would be willing to see. I think that's what they do. It inspires better animation and more animation for certain things. I think that would be an ultimate thing for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And then the last thing, please make sure that certain character, like more team ultimates, please. Now, I think Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 3 has the same number of ultimate supers, maybe even more, maybe a little bit more because it's a bigger roster than Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. I really want to see these team ultimates. Like, these team ultimates, when you're doing like a team battle and you put your team together, but you have like certain characters that are in the same team, I wish you could do more team ultimates, because those things are beautiful. I love seeing team ultimates. And make it more anime accurate. Like, I don't want to have no dang adult Gohan, which nobody plays as because he's a really trash character. I'm sorry. Every Dragon Ball game, he's not good. You always want to use Ultimate Gohan. But if you use him, you can have Goten with you, and you do a team ultimate, right? And you can do Bros Kamehameha. That's what they call it all the time. Bros Kamehameha, for sure. They can't say Brothers Kamehameha. It's too long. But I want those type of ultimates to be more accurate. Like, if you're gonna give me Bros Kamehameha, then yeah, sure, I'll take it. But allow me to have Goku on the team so I could do a nice, beautiful family Kamehameha with Goku actually in the mix, where you like come down, or like make it so like you kill Goku and you do Bros Kamehameha, it turns into final family Kamehameha. Goku comes from the dead and he's like, let's do this, and they do a Kamehameha, bro. That would be fire, bro. Like, I want more anime accurate stuff where, like, if you get the battle to be the same outcome, then you can do a alternate version of the ultimates, of the team ultimates. And yeah, that's my list. I mean, not a lot of like combat stuff, because it's a Tenkaichi. It's more based off a Tenkaichi game. I mean, you saw in the first trailer that they did the deflect, which comes from Raging Blast, and I think Raging Blast and Raging Blast 2. I don't think Raging Blast has it. I'm not sure. But I know Raging Blast 2 has where you can deflect beams and you can deflect it away. But it's not. It doesn't look the same as what they showed on the trailer. But yeah, I think they should add. I mean, the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is basically Tenkaichi 3 more polished by what we saw. But these are just the certain like aspects of the game I think they should add or can add, because then it would make it better. Like, I don't want to have to like tell my friend, or like when I'm playing a CPU, like just wait for them to do a super attack and I can clash with them. If they do a super attack and like push me back and do a super attack, I want to be able to clash with that super attack with my own, you know, instantaneous stop or something like that. I don't know, like add something, bro. Make it make it more interesting. That's all I want to see. Like, I don't want to see the same mechanics. That's all I don't really want to see. Please, like, change a little bit. Maybe show a little bit of mechanics, and you know, make sure it's battle tested. You know, a lot of these Dragon Ball games, like they'll give you some interesting stories and what ifs. So yeah, I forgot to add that. I want some what ifs. Now if they put in some what ifs, yeah, that what ifs be fun. But yeah, a lot of these Dragon Ball games, they don't add like particular like story accurate stuff, and I don't mind that. But like when it comes to combat, make the combat story accurate. Like if you can make it so let's say Broly, if you can make it so that Broly wins, like maybe have an end screen for him, or like have an end thing where he's like laughing with the explosion or something, you know, because the game looks more polished. It does. Like every like vanish and stuff looks kind of polished. Maybe I don't know about the evasive stuff. Ooh, the evasive stuff. I don't know if that evasive stuff is polished. I know the teleporting, because you know, you just press block at the right time, you teleport. That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, that's a lot that I really want when it comes to the combat. I mean, I played Dragon Ball Reading Blast 2 so much, like I'm so used to that combat. But when you play Tenkaichi 3, the combat's it's very standard, and I understand why the combat is standard in Tenkaichi 3, and it'll probably be ported into Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, where the combat is more standard. And the only reason the combat's more standard is because when they're playing the game, you know, a lot of characters had similar moves. It was just similar moves, you know, but it was fun because it was very standard. It was basic for a Dragon Ball game, but it had a huge roster, so when you do supers and stuff, that's what made the characters different. I mean, in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, they made the characters so different, where the combos and stuff, the additional combos would be different. And I don't really mind what playstyle they put into the game, as long as they have a good roster and the game is fun. They add some customizations that they normally didn't do, and maybe add something different that was different from the previous games. I think that would be just spectacular, and that's just the type of game that I kind of want. But tell me in the comments, what you guys want, based off my list, or based off what you have been hoping for. I mean, I don't know what the roster is going to be. I don't think they're going to disappoint with the roster. Maybe they'll leave out certain characters and be like, hey, let's do DLC, because everybody does DLC nowadays. Like, it's just a given. I mean, you don't have to buy the DLC. I mean, what's DLC? As long as they give us the standard characters that we really need, that's based off of Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, I'll be fine, you know. Just don't make Zamasu DLC. I hope they don't do that. They better not. Don't make Zamasu. Don't make the hype characters DLC. Make the characters that nobody's gonna want to play. No, they ain't gonna do that. No, they ain't gonna do that. Just make the game, please. No DLC. Actually, no DLC. Don't give me no DLC. But yeah, that's it for this video. Just me talking, because the very next day, right when this video is about to be posted, I'm literally going to be watching that trailer for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, where they're just gonna show some gameplay with Goku versus Vegeta, Super Saiyan. You know, maybe they could have did Super Saiyan 2 and Majin Vegeta. You know, that would be more, that'd be more linear. But hey, whatever. I'm watching it. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you agree with me or don't agree, if you have a comment that you really want to say, put it down. You know, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment. As this is Deckstream. Peace, y'all.